Technology affects all aspects of our lives, and there is no question that technology continues to advance faster than ever. But is technology moving too fast for us to recognize and solve the problems associated with it? What are the risks and rewards associated with these technology changes? Information Technology at Purdue, along with Purdue Convocations, hosted the 4th annual DawnODoom conference to discuss these grand questions.
We are in fact in a period of increasingly rapid technology development, and the time span between something appearing in a lab and then it appearing in our daily lives is getting progressively shorter. So what we're trying to understand in DawnODoom is whether technology is actually overall good or bad, and how we can take advantage of the more obvious good sides of it and avoid the more negative outcomes of technology innovations.
We tend to value a lot these kinds of developments without necessarily always thinking through what the implications might be, and I think that there's a strong tradition of really thinking through what are the ethical, legal, and social implications of these technological developments, and something like DawnODoom helps us to think those through.
DawnODoom can be hyped in both directions. There is the dawn of everything's going to be wonderful and we're not going to actually even have to be good or work hard anymore because machines will do wonderful things for us. Then there's the doom of, oh my God, everything's different now, we're all going to die. This is also a falsehood. We are creating technologies extremely powerful, extremely pervasive, and they're coming at us quickly. How can we work with those so that we have a dawn of a new age without dooming the best parts of ourselves?
It is my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Michael Bess.
In discussing the primary distinguishing features of our era, I would single out the rise of biotechnology as one of the leading candidates. Because biotechnology is giving us the capability not just to change our world, but to change ourselves.
Very broad and it's interdisciplinary, which is the major I come from. So that was very appealing to be a part of the conference. Like, they bring people from all these different fields, doing different research, technology-based stuff.
People come with thoughts about AI, thoughts about fake news, thoughts about civic responsibility, thoughts about robotics. So you put all that together and you've got this just great mix of how are we going to take the democracy forward in a mindful and appropriate way.
The fake news already agrees with some preconceived notions that we have. We are going to be more likely to attend to it in the first place.
It's a huge opportunity to learn about things that you might not know about, and these people are so intelligent.
Yeah, one of the nice things about the DawnODoom event is that all the speakers are great, and they're picked because they're good speakers and because they're really knowledgeable about the areas they're talking about.
Now, at the beginning of the talk, I said, is it possible that we would have a scenario where there would be a species that would infect us, that would be resistant to all the drugs that we have, right? This is not a futuristic thing. It's already happened. In 2000,
I talked about bacterial infections and the emergence of certain strains of bacteria that are resistant to almost all the antibiotics that we have in the clinic. And so my talk mainly focused on the challenges that we face and the need for us to put more resources into finding newer drugs.
Technological developments are likely going to make this problem worse for women, rather than... There's nothing deterministic about the relationship between technology and, say, women's rights or sex equality or gender equality or anything like that. Technology is what we make of it. What we want to be doing is recognizing the degree to which technology itself is neither good or bad. It's really the kind of context in which it's embedded. And if we make it easier for everybody to have access to technology, then a whole range of initiatives are open to us for making equality in general better.
And I'll adjust the straps on the back. So. But yeah, you really are.
Yes, So we have what we were calling concurrent events, and from the very start we've always had art meets technology, because here on Purdue's campus we have such a focus on STEM that we like to have our engineers learn a little bit about how to present their technologies. And so the art professors on campus and the engineering students get together and they do an exhibit for us. This year our exhibit actually came from the Dublin Institute of Technology. And then we also worked with an industrial design professor, and students got together and were given human problems that they needed to solve with the design of a prosthetic, and they were able to use 3D printers to actually develop devices.
My favorite part of the conference was the connected car, how a car can be connected to the cloud and give all this information to us, I think is amazing.
I liked how they brought in the ink factory to get a different artistic perspective on everything that was being talked about.
I met 2 editors of huge companies and news organizations, and I wouldn't have done that without this conference.
It's actually a brilliant idea to bring different people to campus and to discuss some of the grand challenges, and I really enjoyed the conference this year, and I look forward to the one next year and subsequent years.
This year's conference was a huge success, attracting more than 6,000 attendees. If you missed this year's conference, you can view many of the sessions online at the website below. This wraps up another episode of Boiler Bites. To view additional Boiler Bites segments, check us out online at www.boilerbites.com. See you next time.